Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with Johnny and I on the mat today. I have a Hatha Yoga practice to feel your best any time of the day. This practice is a full body flow, taking care of mind, body, and spirit. I'll join you seated on the mat to open your body, mind, and spirit, allowing you to accept all the amazing gifts around you. Make your way to lying on your back. We'll begin our practice with a yin pose, taking reclined butterfly pose. So once you are lowered, bring your soles of feet to kiss and allow your knees to fall open wide side to side. And just let gravity take over and weigh them down. Your heels can be as close to or as far away from your groin as is calling to you in this moment. Let your body guide you in what arm variation to take. Arms can rest at your side, maybe placing one hand to your heart and the other to your belly. Or maybe a gentle shoulder opening is calling, so you extend your arms overhead or cactus them side to side. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. Let's breathe in through your nose. Exhalation, release, body softens. Breathe in through your nose. Long, slow, complete exhalation, feeling your body soften and melt deeper into the pose. As you breathe, feel a rise and the fall and the contraction with each breath you take. Feel content and accept where your body is in this moment. Release your muscles and release all efforts. Relax and melt into the pose with loving kindness for your body, wherever it lands. We'll slowly begin to reawaken. Lovingly lift your knees up to center as you heel toe your feet into hip distance. Roll over to the right side and make your way to an easy seat. Once you're in your easy seat, bring your hands to your knees and begin to draw circles with your torso, taking the circles as big or as small as calling to you. Just be sure you're taking them nice and slow, like you're stirring a big pot of honey, breathing in as you circle forward and exhaling as you circle back. Now let's switch directions of your circles. Feel your sits bones grounded to the earth and allow the movement to be fueled by this connection of your sits bones to the earth. Find stillness at center and lengthen up. On your exhale, round back, weight shifts back, go to round it out. Breathe in, ripple your spine through, reach your heart center forward, taking any feel-good moves along the way. And go ahead and take one more seated cat-cow on your own. Just feel it out. Find what feels good here. Beautiful, my friend. Make your way to hands and knees. Don't mind me, I was working around a little sand water puddle that was at the front of the mat from Johnny. Stack your wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hip points. Your shins run parallel, flat back. We'll inhale, extend your right arm up to the sky. On your exhale, thread your right arm through behind your left, and then we'll lower your shoulder to kiss the mat. Temple kisses the mat. Option to extend your left arm out long towards the front of the mat. Thread the needle pose. Just enjoy this opening sensation in your upper body. Notice if your hips are still in line with your knees or if they have shifted to the left. If they have, lovingly square them back up, noticing how that changes the stretch. Now if you extended your left palm, go ahead and slide it back. We'll press into it to lift and unwind, extending your right fingertips up to the sky once more, finding expansion. And then return your palm to the mat. We'll take it right over to that second side. Breathe in, extend your left fingertips up to the sky. On your exhale, thread your hand through towards the right side, grounding your left shoulder to the mat. Option to extend your right arm out long. Breathe into that opening. Soft smile upon your face. Draw your attention to your hips, ensuring they are in line with your knees. Now let's slide that right palm back if it was extended. Press into it to lift and unwind. The left fingertips reach up to the sky and then lower them to the mat. Tuck those toes and lift your hips to down dog. To begin, take a slight bend in your knees, and then just feel out your down dog with that slight bend. Now slowly start to pedal your feet, sinking one heel to the mat, straightening the opposite leg, and then sinking the other heel to the mat. Now slowly walk your feet wide side to side, taking them as wide as the mat. Find stillness. Lengthen your tailbone towards the sky. Sternum yearns through center towards your thighs. Glance to the front of the mat. Step one foot forward and then the other. Forward fold. Breathe in, lift halfway, finding a flat back. Exhale, draw chest towards your thighs. Big breath in, circling fingertips down, around and up. Palms kiss, and lower prayer to heart. Breathe in, let's circle fingertips to the sky. Palms kiss and dive it down through center. Hands frame foot, step your right foot back and then lower that knee to the mat. Release your top of foot to the mat. Then we'll heel toe your left foot to the edge of the mat, both hands to the inside of your front foot. Fingertips to the mat as you lift your gaze, reach your heart forward, shoulder heads draw back. And then heel toe your foot back into hip distance. Hands frame foot, tuck your back toes and press up. Step your front foot back for plank pose. From here, take your flow, yogi's choice, plank to chaturanga or lower all the way to cobra. Listen to your body and take whatever you need to find that opening in your body to feel your best. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward near your right thumb. Lower your back knee to the mat. Release your top of foot to the mat for your low lunge pose. Heel toe your right foot to the edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside of your foot. Now with your fingertips to the mat, go ahead and lift your gaze, lift your heart. Shoulder heads draw back. Hips melt into the pose. Beautiful. Let's keep your right foot at the very edge of the mat and tuck your back toes pressing up. We'll bend into your back knee to step your back foot to the outside of your left hand. Then lower your hips down through center and lift your heart. Hands come to prayer at heart for Malasana or yogic squat. Soak up exactly what you need out of this pose to open your body, open those hips, open your heart. Let's slowly soften and return your palms to the mat and lift your hips for a forward fold. Heel till your feet back into hip distance. We'll breathe and lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, melt forward. Big nourishing breath in, circling fingertips up to the sky. Palms kiss and lower prayer to heart. Breathe in, circle fingertips up to the sky. Palms kiss. And dive it down through center for a forward fold. Hands frame foot. We'll step your right foot back for runner's lunge. Fingertips to the mat, gaze lifts, heart center reaches forward. Hips are square, lower belly firms up and in, and back heel presses back. Legs are activated and energized. Lower your right palm to the mat. On your inhale, extend your left fingertips up to the sky, easy twist. Now as you reach those left fingertips back, opening your heart to the sky, keep reaching through your back right heel, legs engaged. On your next exhale, lower hands to frame your front foot. Lower your back heel to the mat, then walk yourself towards the right side of the mat. Front toes open to the side and bring your toes in and heels out. Wide leg forward fold. Enjoy this opening. Notice where your weight is in your feet, in the front or back. Play around with it and find your sweet spot with weight evenly distributed in all four corners of your feet. Now let's take a bend in both your knees, sink your hips down through center, taking it as low as you comfortably can. That feels really good. Maybe taking a sway side to side if it's calling to you, just feel it out. Now settle into stillness at center and slowly straighten your legs, forward fold. Crown of head lowers towards the mat. Walk your palms towards the back side of the mat. Open your back toes to the back of the mat, pivoting on your back foot. Hands frame foot. Runner's lunge on your second side. Fingertips to the mat, gaze lifts, heart center reaches forward. Hips are square, lower belly firming up and in, drawing it back towards your spine. Back heel presses back. Then lower your left palm to the mat. Inhale, extend your right fingertips up to the sky. Draw your left rib cage towards your front thigh as you spiral that heart center up. On your next exhale, lower hands to frame your foot. Lower your back heel to the mat so foot runs parallel with the short edge. Then walk yourself towards the side of the mat and then towards the front. Toes open to the front of the mat, pivoting on your back foot. Hands frame foot. Step your front foot back, finding your plank pose, and take your flow. Yogi's choice, plank to chaturanga or plank to cobra. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Glance to the front of the mat. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, and then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower those hips and lift your heart, coming back into our Malasana yogic squat. Soften, fingertips to the mat, lift your hips. Heel toe feet into hip distance. Breathe in, lift halfway, sliding your palms up your shins. Exhale, release, sliding your palms down the back side of your calves. Draw chest to thighs. Big revitalizing breath and circling fingertips up. Palms kiss and lower prayer to heart. Inhalation this time, circle fingertips up. Palms kiss and dive it down through center, forward fold. Hands frame foot. We'll step your right foot back. Lower your back heel to the mat so it runs parallel with the short edge, and then glance down, ensure that your front heel bisects your back arch, and then we'll fan your arms up, coming into warrior two pose. As we take this sequence of warrior poses, I just want you to focus on finding the opening that is needed in your body in this moment today, accepting your body right where it is, which will allow you to accept all the wonderful gifts of life around you just as they are. Lower your back hand, front palm flips towards the sky, and reach it forward, up and back, finding your peaceful warrior pose, finding your opening to help you feel your best just as you are. Circle your top arm forward, returning to warrior two. Then lower your front forearm to your thigh, back arm sweeps up and overhead so bicep tracks in line with your ear. Extended side angle pose. Press down through your front sole of foot to rise up into warrior two. We'll straighten your front leg, heel till your back foot in if needed to prepare for triangle pose. Once you have your desired distance, extend your arms out wide side to side. Then shift your hips back in space as you reach your front fingertips forward as far as you can before you lower them to your shin. Everyone, let's only lower them as far as your shin today. So we find that nice opening in your chest, staying broad and open, spiraling your heart center towards the sky, rather than lowering all the way to the mat, which can lead to your chest rounding forward, caving in. Lower your gaze towards the mat, bend into your front knee, press down through your front sole foot to rise up, then open your front toes to the side of the mat, and then your back toes open to the back of the mat. We are going to take this same warrior sequence to the second side, beginning with warrior two pose. Widen your stance if needed, so front knee is in line with your ankle and not going past. Remember, as we take this warrior sequence, to just focus on finding your opening that is needed in your body in this moment. Not pushing your body to extremes, but accepting your body right where it is at, opening yourself up to accepting all the gifts of life around you just as they are. Lower your back hand, front palm flips towards the sky and reach it forward, up and back. Peaceful warrior. Finding your opening. Feeling your best in this pose, in this moment. Circle your top arm forward, returning to warrior two. Then lower your front arm to your thigh. Back arm reaches up and over, bicep tracks in line with your ear. Press down through your front sole of foot to rise up, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, heel till your back foot in if needed for that triangle pose. Once you have it, extend your arms wide side to side. Shift your hips back in space as you reach your front fingertips forward and lower that front arm to your shin. Nice opening in your chest, staying broad across your collarbone. Heart center spirals towards the sky. Lower your gaze to the mat, bend into your front knee, will press up to the sole of your foot to rise up, then open your toes to the side of the mat. Let's take care of our upper body a little more. Interlace your fingertips behind your low back, then draw your interlaced fingers back and then down, lifting your gaze, taking it into a back bend. On your exhale, hinge forward at your hips, interlace fingers reach up and overhead, your crown of head lowers towards the mat. Feel grounded to the soles of your feet. We'll breathe in, lift halfway. Soften and release your fingertips to the mat. Walk your palms towards the front of the mat, pivoting on your back foot. Now heel toe your front foot to the edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside of your front foot. Bend into your back knee to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You guessed it. Lower those hips and lift that heart. Hands prayer at heart for Malasana. Reach up through the crown of your head. Lengthen your tailbone towards the ground. This is a nice hip opening pose that helps to lengthen and open the hips, creating more mobility for whatever tasks you have ahead for the day. Soften fingertips to the mat, one hand in front, one behind to lower yourself to the mat. Now go ahead and make your way towards the center of the mat. Feet as wide as the mat, and then we'll fan your knees to the left side. Take your gaze in the opposite direction of your knees for a gentle twist. Lift knees up to center, then slowly lower them to the opposite side. Gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. And lift up to center. Go ahead and lower back to your forearms. Then lower your knees to the left side once more. This time, option to rest your left ankle on your right leg to provide a deeper opening, not on the knee joint, but just above it. Only if it feels good in your body. Lift up to center, then lower your knees to the opposite side. Take your right ankle to rest on your left leg. Again, not on the knee joint, but just above it. Only if it provides a nice, feel-good opening. Slowly lift up to center, then lower yourself all the way to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest so you can hug it out. Release your head to the mat, neck is soft. Bring hands to your knees to draw your knees wide side to side. Staying here in stillness or taking any feel-good moves that are calling to you. From here, let's extend your right leg long. Left knee draws into your chest. Rock your knees side to side, massaging your hip joint. Good. Release that knee and draw your opposite knee in towards your chest, and we'll extend your left leg long, taking that same rock of your knees side to side. Release your knee and extend your leg out long for Shavasana, allowing everything to soften and release. Open yourself to these final moments of peaceful stillness here on the mat, being with your breath, with your body, with the amazing gifts of life that are within you and that surround you in this moment. Bring one sole foot to the mat, and then the other, and roll over to your right side. Let's take a full deep breath in through your nose, and a long, slow exhalation out your nose. And with eyes closed and attention remaining inward, make your way to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall, hands relaxed wherever is comfortable. Feel into your body, into the effects of our practice on your physical, emotional, and spiritual body. Lower your chin down through center towards your chest, and then circle your right ear towards your right shoulder, and release it down through center, left ear to left shoulder, drawing half moon shapes. Go ahead and take it side to side, nice and slow on your own, keeping your attention inward as you flow. The next time your chin lowers to your chest, we'll pause there. Take a big breath in, circling fingertips up to the sky, gathering love and light. Palms kiss. Bring all that love and light down to heart center. Bring your thumbs to your sternum to seal the love and light in. Soft smile upon your face. And bow forward, thanking yourself for carving out this self-care time on the mat. Namaste. I hope this 20-minute Hatha Yoga to feel your best did just that, helped you feel your best here in this moment. Take these practices with you off the mat and into your everyday. If you enjoyed this sequence, please throw the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please take a moment to do so now to make sure you're getting the latest yoga love practices released each week and help our content rise to the top to spread the yoga love with others. Sending love and light to you and all beings.